While I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. Day 85 of the journey to pro MMA and bodybuilding. It is an exciting day because it is my first leg day back where I'm going to be doing a little bit more, testing it out on my ankle. I'm feeling a lot better. Like I've told y'all in the previous vlog, if you didn't hear now, this is my third day walking without a brace, and I still have no pain. Now, it doesn't feel normal. Like, it's not 100%. But I'm not having any pain. And I don't think I'm having any weakness. It feels like maybe it's like just ever so slightly weaker, maybe a little more unstable. But I mean, to be honest, if you wear a brace for as long as I did, I mean, that alone is going to make it a little weaker. But yeah, so I'm excited. We're going to, it's not going to be super heavy. We're not going to do anything, crazy. But we are going to start today reintroducing more leg exercises. We are actually going to do some, I might just start with leg press since that's super stable and just see how we're feeling. And then I might move to maybe like doing some Smith machine squats or something like that. Again, we'll have to see, but it's feeling good. So I'm really hoping that, that today goes okay, that there's no pain. Because again, I'm going to take it light. We're just really testing the movements more than anything else. But yeah, the only thing that I don't like is I have a bad headache right now. I just took a little Tylenol to try to fix it, but it's one of those that's like all along the back of your head and kind of into your neck a little bit. And it feels like it's not just achiness. It feels like your head's like heavy too. So I'm not really sure why I'm feeling that, but this new gym is a little bit of a drive away. Just a little bit. Not that bad. But it is a little bit of a drive. And so I'm thinking, hopefully I'll just, I'll feel a little better by then. Sorry, I was getting distracted there for a second because for whatever reason, I was getting confused. It looked like I was going the wrong way for a second. Like my brain just went on autopilot, but no, we're going the right way. But yeah, so I'm really excited for that. I'm excited because that means that if all goes well, I packed my gloves and everything so we can do the heavy bag too, potentially. It'll all depend on the time. I'm on a bit of a time crunch tonight. That's the only downside right now. But, I think I should be able to participate in the pump and run at the Arnold. Not sure if I'm going to, but I'd like to. So we'll have to see. Which, if you don't know what the pump and run is an event at the Arnold that's open for people to compete in, where you run a 5K, and then at the end of the 5K, you bench press. It's a certain percent of your body weight. I don't remember how much, but for every rep that you do of it, you take, I think it's a minute off your time. And then it's just literally whoever has the lowest times at the end wins. So I think that is such a cool idea. Like, whoever thought of that, that is so fun. I really like that. I think that's a really good idea. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that if my ankle's feeling better. Now I don't want to make the mistake of, as soon as it's feeling sort of good, just pushing super crazy and then it hurting again. So again, everything I'm saying right now is dependent really on how this workout goes, if we're being honest. It's kind of all coming down to how this lift goes. This will be my second session at my new gym, which I'm loving so far. I didn't go in the sauna yesterday because the sauna is actually out of order right now for the men's sauna anyway. They do have a steam room, but I didn't bring, you need to bring, or I don't know, maybe they have them there, but usually, you're not really supposed to wear anything when you're in there. You just wear a towel, So yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I didn't bring enough stuff. I'm realizing now that my gym is further away too, like if I forget something, you know, I can't exactly do anything about it. So I'm going to need to keep my gym bag like packed and ready to go in the car. And that's going to need to include a swimsuit if I decide to do cardio or hot tub. And it's going to need to include probably my own towel. I'll check today to see if they have their own towels. If not, I'll have to bring my own. Because I intend to make full use of all of the amenities at this place. That's honestly probably 30% of the reason why I decided to make the switch. Which that's another thing. If we wanted to have just a brief discussion right now, I can tell you guys a little bit more about my reasons for switching. So there's the majority reasons, which make up at least 3/4 of it, where it's like, it's literally just the fact that what I had there with what was available, the size of the gym, at the gym I've been lifting at, if it's even relatively busy, there is nothing that you can lift on. Nothing. It's just every machine is taken and you have to wait and wait and wait, and a 45-minute workout turns into a 2-hour workout. I don't have time for that. So there was that. There's the fact that it was honestly, I mean, $50 a month. I know there are people who pay way more, and I intend to pay way more eventually when I get to like some really, really elite gyms, eventually wherever I settle down. But I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot for a gym. And there were 0 amenities. Not the best upkeep, if I'm being honest. The bathroom's pretty routinely pretty nasty. You know, equipment oftentimes was kind of unclean. I mean, for the most part, it was fine, but there was just enough where I was like, man. But then really what came down to 1/4 of it, this is not the biggest part. It's not. But the 1/4 of it was I had some negative experiences with the ownership there, with the management. There was one instance where, and I didn't even talk about this on these videos because, again, I was lifting there. I didn't want it to be a problem or anything. But there was one instance where there were these guys who were lifting in the gym. It was some holiday. I don't remember which one, but it was a minor holiday. I went in there. The door was unlocked. There was like 7 guys in there lifting, multiple people. And I get down to start lifting, and this dude comes over and he says, "Hey, we're closed today." And at first I thought he was joking, because it's like the door was unlocked, the lights were on, there was a handful of people in there. And so I just kind of like laughed. I was like, haha, yeah, you know, and he was like an older dude. Sometimes old people just, I don't know, they have their own humor, I guess. And so I was like, okay, he thinks he's being funny. And then he was like, "No, I'm serious, we're closed today." And that's when I realized, I was like, oh, I don't think he's joking. And so I looked up and I looked around and I was like, I mean, y'all are all lifting in here. And he said, yeah, I'm not going to say the name of the owner, but he said, yeah, the owner gives some of us a key so that we can lift on days when the gym is closed. And I was just like, do you pay for that privilege? Is it just, and he said no. And I was like, what? And, you know, it's funny because I sound like a pretty confrontational person in some of the ways that I talk, but I mean, I'm pretty accommodating. So I literally just said, okay, I grabbed my stuff and I headed out for the day. Looking back now, I wish I would have just stayed and lifted, because what do you mean? What do you mean you get to lift here? I mean, because you know somebody and you're going to leave the door unlocked, you're going to turn the lights on and everything, and when someone lifts there, I'm just lifting. I'm not interfering with you. No one was on the machines. I clean up after myself. There was nothing going wrong. Even if there was, you're all here to see it. You all would know. There was absolutely 0 issue with me lifting there. But I got kicked out of the gym by someone who doesn't work there, by someone who was just given access just because he knows them. And it wasn't private at all. There was nothing private about it. That really rubbed me the wrong way. I thought, wow, that is not good. And then, of course, there was the moment that ended up in one of the vlogs where Caleb and I, again, you know, they were in the right to have that room. That's fine. But, you know, went about getting us kicked out very, very rudely and acted as though we should have known. Which, if you guys want to go back and watch that vlog, I'll overlay right here which vlog it is that happened in. You guys can go take a look at that there. Because I forget which vlog it is, but it's right here. So if you want to go see it, you can see what happened. He and I were just sparring in one of the rooms, ended up getting kicked out, even though there was only 2 people in there. We weren't in their way. Long story. So there was all of that, and then there was the recent time where I got kicked out for wearing slides instead of shoes. There was no sign anywhere. It's funny, there is now. I'm apparently the reason now for a sign in that gym. A really passive-aggressive sign, by the way. You know, oh yeah, no slides in the gym. Guys wear slides in there all the time. Like, it's, you know, I walked in there, my buddy Cooper wears slides all the time. Some of the biggest dudes in there wear slides all the time. It's just, why not? I didn't get it. So I got kicked out, sent home, you know, it's like, hey, you cannot lift it. Which, again, you set the rules for your gym. That's fine. I'm not complaining about that. But the desk lady, like, got mad at me as if I should have known. And I was like, this was nowhere in any rule book. This was nowhere on any sign. I'm just supposed to know this. So yeah, there was just kind of, and then there were a bunch of little things other than those 3, but those 3 big examples where I was like, man, this is not a very kind environment. This is not a very, it's kind of elitist, which is funny because it's not an elite gym. So yeah, there were just enough things where I was like, okay. And I'm up in town multiple days of the week anyway. I'm switching to a 2-day-a-week split anyway, so it's not going to be a ton of extra driving. They have a bunch more amenities. It's much more professional. It's not just this, you know, tiny locally owned where people do whatever the heck they want. The only thing that I don't like so far about this gym is that they kind of have whack hours. But honestly, that might just be this region. You know, maybe they just don't have as many people who are going to use the gym during later hours, but they do close pretty early, like on weekends, which, you know, that can be worked around. I was kind of hoping they'd be a 24-hour gym, but it's okay. It's fine. That was pretty low on my list of priorities. But yeah, so that right there are, you know, that's the list of reasons for why I decided to switch gyms. Honestly, the only thing I'm going to miss about where I was going are some of the friends, the relationships that I made. You know, there is something kind of nice about being in a room full of people who saw you when you first started lifting compared to where you are now. You know, that's kind of nice. There's also a comfortability there where it's like, I'm very comfortable filming there. Everyone's used to me filming there. Here it's not so much, and I haven't seen anybody else filming. So it might be a little uncomfortable at first getting into the groove of filming content there. So again, there's no decision that is without cons, but that's just where I'm at. That's where we're feeling. That's how I'm feeling. And yeah, this is a lot more yapping than usual. I'm sorry if this is your first vlog. I usually yap for literally less than half this time, but there was enough here that I wanted to talk about with my ankle and with my reasons for switching gyms. But I figured I'd talk for a little bit longer today. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up. We're going to go hit a good leg day, my first leg day back. I'm pretty excited for that. So let's get into it. Wow, that was amazing. I don't think I've ever said that after a leg day before. I don't think I've ever really enjoyed a leg day like that. It's funny. I guess that sometimes you have to lose something to know that you actually want it. Got philosophical with you there for a second. All right, so let's talk about it. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get gas on the way back. Let's talk about it. So, how am I feeling? How's my ankle feeling? Well, it's interesting. So when it came to the pressing motions, leg press, even just the free bar squats that I did, those all felt great. I didn't feel any issues with my ankle, so we are just gonna resume those as normal. It is funny when you're so not used to doing squats, especially free bar squats. It's kind of like bench press. At the very beginning, before you get your form, before you get used to it, before your nervous system is kind of adapts, you're not really doing your full potential. So like I did, like the most I've ever done, I've never really tested my max on squat just because of, never really learning the proper form. Now, Andrew has taught me good form since then. So I'm going to do free bar squats every leg day just to work on them. But the most I've ever done was 225 for 3. And today I did, as you guys saw, just 225 for 1. I didn't want to push it, didn't want to risk my lower back. I don't want to accidentally cause any problems ego lifting. So that's all we did with that. But I mean, my ankle felt great on those. There was one exercise where not my ankles plural, just my right ankle, did hurt a little bit, but it wasn't a sharp pain. It didn't feel like an injured pain, and it's not still hurting. It was more just like a pressure-y sort of pain. And it was when I did seated calf raises, which, I mean, that makes sense. Literally the hinge on that movement is your ankle, and that's where it's weakest. So as you guys saw, I don't know if I'm even going to put that clip in there. There wasn't really a good angle to film that, especially since there were people on both machines on either side of me. There will be in the future better ways of me filming it. But I only did one set, and I did it with just one plate on there, just because like I said, I didn't want to risk it, didn't want to push it too far. I'm going to keep doing those each leg day over the next several weeks, but I'm going to keep them light, and it's just going to be, you know, getting those stabilizer muscles back in action since they haven't been in action because of the brace. But yeah, so overall feeling really, really good. The only machine that I can say I confidently do not like at all is that leg extension machine. Really didn't care for that at all. But it also could just be that I'm not familiar with it. I was, you know, who knows? I'll just need to mess around with that more in future leg days when I have more time to just kind of keep going. I was going to do another set there then, but then I realized I was actually over time and I needed to get out of there quick. So I hit one quick set of calf raises and then dipped. But no, other than that, I'm feeling good. Wow, that hamstring curl, I can confidently say I've never felt a better hamstring curl than what we did today. That machine was wonderful, so good. I hate hitting hamstrings. I don't like it. I don't like hamstring exercises, but I actually really enjoyed hitting hamstrings on that machine. That was actually really nice. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm going to see a lot of growth in my hamstrings, because that laying curl, I usually don't do those because the one at my old gym was so trash. It was just the most trash laying hamstring curl ever. It was horrible. And this one was so good, and I feel like it's hitting it better, like it's isolating them more than what I've been doing. So we're gonna keep doing that for dang sure. I know that. That leg press machine that I did, those last two sets, you couldn't see the weight because the angle, there were people on the other machines. There are other angles I'll be able to get on other days. But I literally maxed out the machine and was still doing 8 to 10 reps. So I don't love that I can't really put a lot of weight on that. I have a feeling that that machine will be my warm-up machine for squat variations. Like how I picture my leg days going from here on out is going to be hit leg extension, hit leg curl, hit that leg press machine, and then go into squat variations and finish out with calf raises. That's how I'm figuring I'm going to structure it. Although, now that my ankle is getting better, I mean, we're going to be switching to full body splits soon anyway, so it's not going to be leg day, it's just going to be day. But yeah, wow. Such a good leg day. I wish it could have been longer. I have to kind of speed my way home now. But yeah, very, very good. So, super excited. Tomorrow we go to Columbus, Ohio, because the Arnold Expo is going to start on Friday. Super excited for that. You guys are going to get, let's see, 4 vlogs out of that, I guess, because I'm going to do a vlog each day for each of the lifts that we hit. And then I'm also going to do one vlog that's for the whole weekend. So I'm just so incredibly excited for that. It's going to be so much fun. But tomorrow we'll be hitting it there. We'll be hitting a push day here at this gym because we're going to be getting there super, super late tomorrow night. Like, we're literally going to be arriving in Columbus. If I had to guess, I would say probably between 1 and 2 a.m. Probably. Because we're going to leave here at 4. Me and Cooper are going. Leave here at 4. Get to, it's like an 8-hour drive from where we are to Columbus. So we're just pretty much gonna drive straight there. So that's gonna be a party. That's gonna be good. But yeah, so anyway, that is the plan right now. Pretty excited for all of that. It's gonna be a great weekend. So stay tuned for tons of content. If you're not already following my Instagram, there's gonna be a lot more content coming there than on here as far as quantity goes. And as far as raw entertainment value, the quality will also be up because obviously, as you guys know here, this is a very slow burning, it's long form content where it's just you guys can connect with me a little bit more. So if you want some of that more fast paced, kind of entertaining, funny, occasionally like some inspirational or motivation type stuff, that's going to be the place for you. So make sure to go check that out. But anyway, I'm going to log off now. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 86. It's going to be a gnarly push day. It's going to be super, super strong. And the very next day will be a pull day at the Arnold. So we will see you tomorrow. Peace.